I have Heaven and Hell from Tact Op Destiny. Especially when they merged into Orpheus in the underworld. Orpheus was such a crazy. First and foremost, let's go ahead and break down Heaven and Hell first. Heaven is this really sweet, like easy, like Sunday morning. What's going on, people? It's your boy calwu, and welcome to another episode of Planet Wu. Today we will be covering the last section for the Anime Awards show. Last episode was fire. My boy Mike Jack, joined me in that episode. And like I said, just to keep giving y'all the heads up, in this award show, we only talking about 2021 anime that are brand spanking new. No returns, none of that stuff. No season 2s, only season 1s are what we focusing on to give the newer anime a fair chance against the ones that we totally love. So let's just get down to the nitty gritty. Category: Best Shonen. For Best Shonen had Vivi, Fluorite Eye Song. Just, if you've watched the other award shows, it's just not even enough gushing I can do about Vivi. You got a strong female protagonist, you got a great storyline. Anybody that's a fan of Terminator, this fulfills that drive of Terminator. Like, this anime is so fucking good, man. And just watching Vivi just grow as a character who's an android and trying to understand what emotions and feelings are is very, very huge. G Money's Best Shonen is Jobless Reincarnation. For the simple fact that Jobless Reincarnation was probably top 3. Actually, yeah, one of the top 3 isekais that came out last year. Got a great main character that's really dope. You get to see like how he have that weird caveat of, being an adult and understanding that he has an adult mind from where he came from, but on top of that, still being that kid in him still arises. It's kind of like that mischief is still going there, and it at times it overtakes him being an adult mentally, honestly, which makes the anime interesting and creates its own narrative that's kind of unique. Best shoujo. G Money chose Miracle Chan. Miracle Chan is a great horror comedy shoujo anime with, once again, strong female protagonists, with a strong female cast around her, and all of the males are kind of just there, not as like the savior, like we've known in the Western culture as like the story where men have to come in and save the day from women. This isn't that. It's literally a high school girl trying to protect herself and her friends from the fact that she see ghosts, and if she like acknowledges them, they'll fucking never go away. So it's literally her just trying to make sure they go away, and the ghosts just get pretty much tougher and tougher. They get more dangerous as the series go on, and it's a great series if you haven't watched it yet. For Best Shoujo, I chose Wonder Egg Priority. Wonder Egg Priority is just so dope. I hate that. I hate and love that last year was so great in anime, because I want Wonder Egg Priority to win way more awards than what it won for me. But I simply just could not in good conscience. So it definitely makes my best shoujo anime, for the simple fact that it talks about a lot of deep concepts, especially with young girls, where how young girls commit suicide in Japan and why they commit suicide, and how it hurts people that's left behind, and things of this nature, and the want and the drive and the desire to help and save these people from themselves, as well as, like, on top of that, helping other people and saving other people. And it's just the story is dope, the characters are dope, just the direction that the anime is going in overall. I'm super excited about season 2, and it's one of those shoujo anime, I'm sorry, that sprinkle a little shonen combat action, kind of like how Dog Days did. I just feel like it's definitely one of the classic animes from last year, or right below class, because I think I gave it a 9 out of 10. But yeah, it's super, super dope if you haven't seen it. Best romance, I have Maya as the best romance of last year. There were a lot of romance anime, I really enjoyed, as a side note, I really enjoyed the rom com where the best friend won't lose. That one was super funny. Great characters. I also really enjoyed what is it? Higureho. I think that's it. Where the pretty much the English title is super fucking long. Something along the lines of like I was rejected, so I shaved something like this. Just title is long as hell. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but that title is stupid long for no reason. But ultimately I chose Horimaya because it was that interesting thing where when you're dating somebody, you change and you do things to make sure that things go well. And in Horimaya, Horimaya actually had a thing or a kink for being like abused, and her boyfriend was such a nice guy, like, and he's like, what, I don't want to do that. And she pretty much straight told him like, hey, if this is gonna work, this is what I enjoy, I would go out of my way to do something for you, so I want you to go out of your way and do something for me. He was kind of like, okay. And then you got to see him choke her up and call her a bitch and tell her to get the fuck out his way publicly. She likes to be publicly shamed. So that was just super interesting. And because like I know that if I had a partner, actually I once did have a partner like that, and it was interesting to me, but it was so hard for me to do that because it was literally me going against my own nature for her pleasure. You know what I'm saying? For her to be happy. And I had times and moments where I did it, but then I had times and moments where I'm like, no, I'm not doing that because it's not comfortable for me. And watching that, I really identified with this anime a whole lot. G Money's best romance, excuse me, best romance is Komi Can't Communicate. Simply put, every range of emotion, every thought process that went into this anime, the animators were genius. The writer was a genius in how they presented such a character who was vaunted as a goddess in her classroom. And then, really who she is, she's this super sweet, timid, shy person who's super scared to communicate with people. She literally has a disorder to where she can't. And to watch her slowly break these barriers and her like falling in love with her co-host or the side character, or I say main character B, and he's like kind of acting as like this communicator and this barrier for her of like, hey, oh, that's not how she feels. She says this, and no, it's not that. It's not that. It's this. And just watching that and watching her slowly like come to love him and admire him, and him liking her too, but kind of like they doing this front and every time your name was brought up, I would act all nonchalant in front of an audience. Like, makes for a great series, honestly. Best character design for me. Actually, no, I'm gonna start with G Money. G Money's best character design is Vivi Fluorite Eyes song, because Vivi as a character was originally designed to be just this android that sung, but then she had this responsibility of heroism thrusted upon her by her not predecessor but processors, the people that came after her, machines that came after her, people that came after her, pretty much came back in the past, was like, hey, you're the first one of your kind, we need you to break this barrier that we put on you first. We need you to break it. We need you to go ahead and be a hero. How she evolved, how she changed, her thought process, and just even her going against her creators at a certain point. It all was just amazing, and that's what made Vivi such a great character. For me, I have Heaven and Hell from Tact Op Destiny, especially when they merged into Orpheus in the underworld. Orpheus was such a crazy. First and foremost, let's go ahead and break down Heaven and Hell first. Heaven is this really sweet, like easy like Sunday morning. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Like, you know what I'm saying, dressed in her Sunday's best with an umbrella as a weapon and just a crazy dope character. Then you got Hell on the other hand, who's like this crazy, sporadic, just random ass person that just does things like just spur of the moment, just for her own pleasure, even to the point where she's like fighting allies and testing people out and she just don't care. But spoiler alert, they both are the villains in the anime, and they actually have the ability to merge, and they merge into Orpheus. And Orpheus powers exceeds what we see for music arts in Tactic Destiny, that like just her ability and just how the shit that she do is just bananas. Being able to create more enemies and do all of these like super pillar attacks, and just it just was crazy. I was in awe at that design, because I didn't have any idea that such a thing existed in that world until it happened, and that was just amazing to me. Um, what we all was waiting for. Drum roll, please. The best anime for me and G Money both. Osama ranking of kings. Like you hands down cannot even argue with the fact that that was the single best anime last year. It literally gave you everything. It gave you great character development, not only of your main character, but the cast around him. It gave you flashbacks to show what people's motivations and thought process. On top of first making you hate these people and being like, oh shit, these niggas doing my nigga Boji wrong. Fuck these niggas, dog. I wish somebody would kill them. And then the very next episode, they like, hey, this person ain't as bad as you think they are. This person is actually a good person. They're really sweet. It's just they're doing this for a reason. And then they expose the reason. And it's kind of like, damn, I fucking hate that I felt that way. And they pretty much give everybody this redemption arc. They paint everybody as a villain and then give everybody a redemption arc in such a short time span that it made, and like, it didn't feel rushed. Because a lot of anime that kind of speed through makes shit feel rushed. And Osama ranking of kings literally were perfect and how they laid everything out. This is one of the like classic anime that came out last year. 10 out of 10. The finale was amazing. I'm ready for, like, hopefully there's a season 2. It looked like it was based on how it kind of ended and alluded, and I'm so ready for a season 2. I'm ready. And then last one, best outro. G Money chose Life Lessons with Uramichi as his best outro. That was one of my choices. Definitely super swaggy. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? And the Uramichi anime was just great overall. For me, I had a slash. I also chose Uramichi Oni-san, but I also chose Vlad Love, which is a comedy anime about this chick who's obsessed with vampires, and a vampire eventually goes to her school and lives with her. That Vlad Love outro was so dope. Had one of those orchestra, rock orchestra, and I love stuff like that. Like, that junk was so dope. And then kind of like, just side ones was 7 Nights Revolution, Kabaddi, and Love Alternative also had great themes. But Vlad Love and Uramichi Oni-san won it for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, y'all, I appreciate y'all for rocking with us this award show. If you guys got any categories that y'all would like to see for next year, let us know any anime or that you got for these categories. Talk about it down below. I want to have this conversation with y'all. I'm interested in seeing what's in y'all mind, what's in y'all head, what's in y'all hearts. And yeah, once again, this is calwu from planetwu. I appreciate y'all, and I'm signing off. Peace.